Hey everyone, I'm Ariman, and today I'm going to teach you how to play chess. So, chess is a game that was invented in India a long time ago, and hopefully you can hear me because this is the first time I'm doing this thing. So, first of all, I'm going to teach you, tell you about the board. So, chess is played on a 8x8 board, which means there's on an 8x8. So there are 64 squares on the board, and you can see these letters and these numbers, A through H and 1 through 8. So these are all squares. So this is useful for marking the squares. So every square has a unique name. So let's take this square. This square is E4. Oh, and this is the A file because it has a number A. This is the B file, C file, D file, E file, F file, G file, and H file. Oops. Okay, you get my point, right? And this is the first rank, second rank, third rank, etc. So this is the E4. This would be C5. This would be H5. This would be F2, right? So yeah, and now let's put some pieces on the board. Let's see. So these are the rooks. So the rooks move straight, like rook E8. This rook can move here. It can move straight through files and side to side, either through ranks. Let's move this through a rank and this through a file. So it can't move like this or like this, right? So these can only move like this. And you see, when it goes here, you can go ahead and take it. Nice, right? So black should not make a mistake here. And we can move this here. And if you move this here, you can go ahead and take it. Wonderful. So the rook is worth 5 points. These are the rooks. So this is a bishop. The bishop moves diagonally as many squares as you want it to. To see bishop C7, bishop H3, bishop D6, bishop C8. You can move it as far as you want. And you see all these bishops can never capture each other because this is on a white square, this is on a black square. So these can never touch each other as far as geometry is concerned. And the bishops are worth 3 points. Where is it? Yeah. So you can see the bishops. Howdy. Say howdy, bishops. And let's take this. So this is the queen, the royal queen herself, the first lady of chess. Right, so these queens can move just like a bishop, you know, the diagonals, just like rooks, like this, see? Let's place this. So this can zap from one side of the board to the other. And so can this. Oh, but it can capture. Remember, rook plus bishop is equal to queen, and the queen is worth 9 points. So try to preserve it, but you must have heard of the queen sacrifice. If not, it doesn't matter. So these are the queens, and they're worth 9 points. Oh, I said that. Sorry. So these are the knights. Don't call it a horsey pony. My sister called it blackjack and tempest. Don't do that either. So the knights, you see, they move in an L shape. So you can move to all of these squares. These are all the legal squares you can move to. So you see it has 8 moves. What? Isn't this working? Whoops. Then it's here we can move to 8 different spots, so that's just cool. It's like an octopus, right? But when you place it in the corner, this is a sad knight. You can only go to 2 squares, so don't keep it in the corner, okay? And knights are worth 3 points, just like the bishop, if you remember. Don't let this happen to you. And oh, it's blah blah. And say hello to the knights. 3 points, okay? And now here comes a complicated piece, but in chess terminology we don't call it a piece. So this is a pawn. These are pawns. Let's keep 4 of them here and 4 of them here. Done. Wait, so a pawn can move 1 step. But when it's in the starting, it can move 2 steps. Oh, that's nice. And they capture diagonally, only 1 step diagonally, not like in checkers where if something is placed here, you go here and then you take it off the board. No. It's like that. So you see, and there's a special rule that when pawns reach the end of the board, okay, let's put it here. So you see there are 4 pieces. You see there's a queen, a knight, a rook, and a bishop. So you can promote it to any 4 of these pieces. Let's make it a queen. Let's make this a rook. So you see they can move double. So it's just a race across the board. That can happen. Okay? So these are considered the weakest of the pieces. They can not even move back because they only are worth 1 point, which is so tiny. But do not underestimate the power of the pawn. Okay? So see, this is a rook, this is a queen. So they can become 4 pieces. They can even become knights or bishops. So this is a knight. The rook doesn't want to capture. The rook has suddenly become a friend of the pawns, and we can promote this to a bishop, right? So when you promote it to a rook, knight, or bishop, it's called under promotion. There are very rare cases. So there's this guy called Hikaru Nakamura. He promoted to 6 knights and then checkmated a computer. I remember that was the funniest game ever. And he even promoted to 5 bishops and checkmated another computer. Right, so after you've set the board up, they're all pieces. So when we play, we want to control the center, which is these 4 squares. We want to try and make most of our control in the center. So we've established our control in the center, And if anything comes to this square, we can capture it. You see, this is a computer which is analyzing moves. And black also makes a claim in the center. You see, the knight can jump over pieces. That's a special property of the knight. It can jump. So you see, now this is attacking this pawn and it's threatening to capture it. We can move it here. And we can move our bishop to either here or here. Both of them are two different openings. So opening is a series of moves that classifies the starting of the game. So this is called the Ruy Lopez opening. This is also called Spanish. And then there's the Italian game. So, this is the type of game you know, like, you should make an effort to play these type of games, you know. Here, you can switch it here, and here. So we reached the second part of the game. It's called a middle game. And I want to show you what an end game is. So, let me show you. So, we reached the end of the game. Let's place a look here, like that. So, this is basically considered an end game. When the game is ended. Right? And it's saying plus 1.11, which means white is better here. And if it shows minus something, which would mean that black is better here. And we're almost at the end of this video. Right, so I'd like to show you something quick. Very quick, chop chop. So there's things called pins, forks, and skewers. You obviously would have heard of what a pin is, what a fork is, and what a skewer is. Fork is something you eat with. So, this is an example of a pin. Okay? So, you can, so this knight cannot move because it would put the king in check. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the knight is, what the check is. So basically, when the king is under attack, it's called a check. Check is marked with a plus, and you have to move your king. It is compulsory to move your king. And when the king cannot move, and the king cannot move, and the check cannot be blocked, or you cannot capture the piece that is causing the check, then it's checkmate. You obviously have heard of this word, hopefully. And I can take this. When it was here, let's say if I move something, and you could move this knight, but I would advise you not to, because you're losing the queen. So don't make this foolish mistake. But we've seen some games. There's something called the Legal's mate. That's something you can just look up on the net. Alright, so let me show you check and checkmate. We have to do this quick. Place say king here, queen here, and king here. Done. No. Just make it black to move. Queen here, king here, king here. We have to do this quick. It's right now black is in check, so he has to move his king. And we move our king here. Move his king here, let's say. Okay, here. Let's say. So when this happens, here. So this is checkmate because the king cannot move anywhere. And you cannot block the check, and it cannot capture. This is checkmate. So